This mounting yard is proudly brought to you by Saney. Moving tomorrow today.
Yes, good luck, Maddie, with a share, as a number of our friends here at racing.com do have in top Fred, horse number 4. We'll get to him in a moment. Let's start, though, with number 1, Cape Mount. And there he is making his way into the mounting yard. Jack Martin in the saddle.
Yep, he is a horse that finished 2nd of 5 in a recent Kerrang jump out and has had 3 jump outs to prepare him for the first up run over 1600. The big advantage for Cape Mount is there looks to be no speed on paper, and he can put himself right there on the front. He's also lightly raced and probably has a few less convictions than some of his rivals, so I can understand why some would be keen on his chances today.
Well, I don't know how you assess this next horse, Jenkins. He was running well in 70 benchmark race at Sandown a few weeks ago, or a couple of runs ago, and here he's in a 58, and he's short for mine.
Well, he started $4 favourite and didn't have a lot of luck in a benchmark 70 over 1700 during the Warrnambool Carnival and hasn't got within 8 lengths of the winner in 3 starts since. This is the weakest race I think he's ever contested since winning his maiden, by 5 lengths in his first preparation. I think getting back onto a firm track might also be a real plus for the horse. It's just a question of, this race is as simple as if Jenkins finds something like his best form, doesn't have to find his best, but something like it, he'll win. But how confident can you be that he's going to off his past 3 starts?
And he's coming in, as we can see, so there's been definitely a good interest in Jenkins. Let's take a look at the next horse, the 3 Jeune Elvis for Rod Simons and Laura Lafferty.
Missed the start and struggled over 2,000 metres last time out. My little query is with the drop in distance, and with his racing pattern, he's probably going to be conceding them a big start off a slow speed. And I don't know if he's got the turn of foot to be able to win in those circumstances. Well,
with 2 wins at Swan Hill, Top Fred definitely loves his local track.
Yeah, good luck to Matty Campbell, who's got a share in this one, and also James Aferis, Kate Watts, Carl Kaldawi from the Racing.com team are all involved in this horse. I think they've got reason to be optimistic today. He won his maiden on a soft 7, but I actually think a firmer track is a positive for this horse. The pattern was completely against him last time out. Back onto the home track, which he really likes. Not going to surprise me at all to see him run a sharply improved race. And he was better than $20 in the early bit. I think it was well over the odds, and I still think there's a bit of value from him, particularly from a place perspective.
For a staying horse, I thought this next one, Eaton's been going okay in his recent runs.
Yeah, ran the 2nd fastest last 200 of the race at Seymour last time out, and 3rd up at 1600. He might be capable of further improvement. A little query with him as far as winning chances go is, does he just need 1 more on 2,000 metres plus before he's cherry ripe?
There's a few people making a long trip to Swan Hill today. John Leake from the southeast is making that with Buffon.
Yeah, well, the drop in class is a positive, and I think the firmer surface is too. With a lot of the horses heading up there today, I think they're looking for firmer grass tracks. So that could bring about sharp improvement without surprising, but he does need to improve on his recent form.
What about Cold Beers and the Paul Pruska yard?
She maps for a nice run just behind the leaders, and that potential soft speed should really help her, because my big query with her is the end of 1,600 metres and whether she can run it out strongly.
OK, Marymount Lass for Neil Dyer.
Well, the 2 wins have come in 2 really moderate races, and even though 3rd up she might have more improvement to come, I would prefer her chances in something easier, maybe a 0 to 58 or something at non-tab level.
And Con Kelly with the local lucky spinner.
Yeah, he's a 50 rater. The recent form just doesn't look strong enough.
OK, a smaller field than what we've had earlier so far. So who are you with in this race?
Yeah, I'm with Jenkins. I can't really tip against him just to the fact that the Matt Kamani stable's going so well at the moment. And if this horse can find something at him, like his best form, he should be beating these horses in benchmark 58 grade. The big caveat on that is if he was in his best form, he'd probably be $1.20, $1.30 in this race, and he's coming into it on the back of 3 disappointing runs. So can he find it? I'm not sure. I think from a multiples perspective, Top Fred is over the odds. Cape Mount looks the leader, and that could take him a long way in a race where there doesn't look any pressure.
Well, Matty, is it just money for Jenkins, or are punters looking at something else as well?
Probably second best backed is Eaton behind Jenkins, but the money has come back for Jenkins, so a little bit of confidence here on the favourite, as we said. It was getting out, but back into 210 now with some good sized bets. Cape Mount 420, I mentioned Eaton, second best back. Cold Beer's still there at 8, Jeune Elvis at 12, Fred at 12, and then Buffon 19 and Marymount Lass 31. Don't forget, tomorrow you'll have 8 bet returns in your account, and if your horse runs 2nd or 3rd, get your bet back as a bonus bet, but it can be at whatever track you like.
We're going to find out a bit more about Jenkins and whether he can recapture some of his best form today. Andrew Bobbins represents the Matt Kumani yard as we go trackside to Kev Casey.
Thanks very much, Adam. Yes, Andrew, good enough to join us to talk about this horse who, on the face of things, Andrew, just looks beautifully placed today.
Yeah, the horse has had no luck at all this preparation. He's been the victim of circumstance in every run. This is the weakest race that he's been in for a good while, and also the best surface he's been on. So from gate 4, we think he could hopefully box seat or be just behind the lead there, and he should be very, very competitive.
And that's a factor you think you find a genuine dry track today?
Definitely so. Yeah, over winter he's had no luck with the tracks, but also BM58. That's the key to it. You know, he's just down in class now, so he should be a bit good for him with any luck.
Well, that's right. I mean, the horse went around as favourite down there at Warrnambool in a much better race than this. So, all being equal, you look at the run since then, and you're looking at 11th and a 9th. But as you say, not much luck.
No luck. Sat wide. Just circumstances every time didn't suit. So his work's been better than the race that he's in. So he's drawn well. He's going to be in the right spot. So
a good few weeks since that last start, the latest start. He's done everything right since then. He's in good order.
That's right, and freshened up back to the mile. So no, we're happy with him.
I appreciate your time, Andrew. Good luck.
Thank you. Cheers.
Thanks very much, Andrew Bobbin there for Matt Kamani's stable and Jenkins. It's all about the grade here, coming back to this level. Jai McNeil looking to extend that lead in the premiership. Rick already with a couple on the board, looking for a third.
Yes, and he's also got the Tassie Pegas medal half in the bag, Kev. He's already with 2 winners. Another one here would certainly seal it. I don't think he's won this that award before, because he normally doesn't trek as far as Mildura. Billy Egan, of course, won it last year. Harry Coffey the year before, and Jai McNeil hasn't got his name on that Tassie Pegas award, but he will have after today. Yes, it's an interesting conundrum. As Ben said, Jenkins at his best form, well, 2 things. He'd either be $1.30 in this, or he wouldn't be in it. His rating wouldn't have him in it, but surely today. Cape Mount on the drift. He seems to have trialled up okay. $6. $8 Eaton, $8.50 Cold Beers, both solid, and Top Fred with the blinkers back on. He looked a treat again today. $12. He's certainly a player, at least for the place. They're at the gates. Race 5 of the day in bright sunshine for the Spoons Riverside Cafe Handicap. So that's a beautiful spot to have a something to eat or drink if you trek to Swan Hill down on the river. Very pretty spot, Spoons Cafe. Instead of turning left to go to the track, you turn right and you come in on the main road. If you're lucky enough to be up here, especially in weather like this, it is worth a visit. Cold Beers goes in. Here's Buffron coming up. Cape Mount as well. Jenkins, Jai McNeil going for an early treble on the favourite. Top Fred coming in. Coffee Camp with a winner, but without Harry. It was Warri Rose for Dean Yender, which won the second. Top Fred comes in. Mary Mount Lass and Jern Elvis will complete the line. Race number 5 of the afternoon. Here comes Jern Elvis, the Bendigonian. And the Rocket Rod Simons camp. He comes up. Field set. Racing now. Mary Mount Lass, Cold Beers jumped okay. Lucky Spinner on their inside, using gate 1 to keep everything out at the moment. Jenkins, he's trying to be forward on it. So too Cape Mount. Top Fred doesn't want to go back either. Buffron back running third last now over Eaton, and last of all was Jern Elvis. Good speed it would seem as they head into the back, with Lucky Spinner keeping out Mary Mount Lass, and Cape Mount continuing on. Top Fred still coming across as well from Cold Beers and Jenkins, who are happy with their spots. Centre field in the smaller field. 2 or 3 lengths away to Buffron, Jern Elvis and Eaton is the last one. They leave the back straight at the 1,000-metre mark on this big beautiful track, and Cape Mount has found the lead. From the local hope, Top Fred up into second. second in advance of another local Lucky Spinner, and Merrymount Lass is fourth and one out. 50 inside Cold Beers, and Jenkins is sixth on the outside for McNeil. 2 lengths Buffon, followed by Jern Elvis, and last of all was Eaton. In this order they come down the side. Cape Mount by a neck to Top Fred. They get away from the boulders Lucky Spinner and Merrymount Lass. Jenkins about to leave their backs and see if he's got anything from Cold Beers up along the paint, and then followed by Buffon. Heads were turned for home. Top Fred putting it to Cape Mount, who's not finished with. Then followed by Jenkins, who's coming into it. Cold Beers getting off the leaders' backs as well. Here he comes, Jenkins. He's about to put Top Fred and Cape Mount to the sword. Then Cold Beers. Further back, Lucky Spinner's running a race. Jenkins went to the lead, though, and the McNeil show rolls on. Cold Beers gets to second. Lucky Spinner runs to third, but it's all Jenkins in a confidence builder by 3.5. Cold Beers second, Lucky Spinner third. Eaton got fourth. Cape Mount weak and late first up, followed by Jern Elvis. Buffon, Top Fred and Merrymount Lass was the last one. Jenkins does it again. Well, John McNeil does it again. Jenkins hasn't been doing it at all. It's 573 days. He's been a costly conveyance, but today he put that behind him. Got something back for the owners and the putters. Jenkins, a 4-year-old by Piero from Celebrity's Choice. Matt Kamani at Ballarat enjoying his best season yet. And that man that Kev was talking to, Andrew Bobbin, has been a huge part of it. There is no doubt about that. The Regal Bloodstock and all their associated owners get a win on the board with Jenkins, who's been pretty disappointing, but not so today. He's won it well. Cold Beers, number 12. Dean Holland gave it a beautiful ride for Paul Prushka, and the reset mare's got up to run second. Lucky Spinner, number 15, had a good price. Chelsea McFarlane, Con Kelly runs in third, and fourth goes to the 5, Eaton, 2-12, 15 and 5. Thanks, Jim. 2-12, 15 and 5. And favourite backers again happy. Jai McNeil now with a mortgage on the Tassie Pegas medal today, Kev.
It does seem that is well and truly the case. Thank you, Rick. We're joined by Andrew Bobbin again here after the win of Jenkins, and that was an easy watch, Andrew.
It was, yeah. I think Rick got it right just as he crossed the line in his call there. He said that confidence builder, and that's exactly what this horse needs. He needs to build on his confidence. He's, as we spoke about pre-race, had no luck early on this preparation, so he put them to the sword fairly early there and looked like the winner all the way home.
That is how it appeared. It's like, this has been frustrating. Let's just reset, let's come back, do it, and then proceed on. So he'll keep plugging away. He's now, what was that, 7th run of the prep?
Yeah, that's right. But Matt's pretty good at maintaining horses through the prep. He can space him and find the right races for him. There's no reason for him to be finishing up now. We'll just we'll climb the ladder all the way back up again. All right, we'll look forward to seeing him next time out. Well done. Good. Thanks, Kev. There you go. Andrew Bobbin there for Matt Kamani, and Jenkins gets win number 3 on the board. It's been a little while. We'll go all the way back to December 2018 for his previous, but that was clear-cut, Adam.
It sure was. A Flemington place getter during that time away. He was close at Sandown and ran well at Warrnambool at their Big May Carnival early in the prep, but his last couple of runs in rain-affected tracks were woeful. But he found his right form in a 58, confidence-boosting win. Let's hope he can continue that.
Yeah, I don't think he likes those bottomless heavy tracks. 2,000 metres might have been beyond him a few starts ago too. He was wide on a leaders track 2 back. Last start was just inexplicably bad, but might have had an off day. And I think that's what the market thought, because he was backed as if he was going to be really, really hard to beat, and that was the case there, Adam. There was a bit of pressure early. For a race where there didn't look any pressure at all, I suspect that was going to be the case, given we'd seen 4 races preceding this race where it hasn't been the easiest to make ground. So Goldmount from a wider draw was just made to work a little bit. We had a couple of horses kicking up. One of them was the outsider in Lucky Spinner. Merrymount Lass, the other one, just putting a little bit of pressure into that race. But eventually rolling across and finding the front was Cape Mount, as most people had mapped. I don't think many people had Top Fred mapped, settling up outside the lead. And he's ultimately dropped out and produced a pretty disappointing performance. Up on a genuine speed at 1,600 metres, I'm not sure is Top Fred's go. I think he probably needed a more conservative ride. Third pair back the inside was Cold Beers. when the pace was more genuine, I don't think it was ever really going to suit her, because I think she's just a little bit suspect at the end of 1,600 metres. Getting that sweet run there, 3 pairs back, 1 off the fence for Jai McNeil was your favourite in Jenkins, and he always looked comfortable in that position. He shook the horse up early to get him into a more forward position, and then when there was a bit of pressure, he was just happy to ease out of that speed battle, put him 1 off the fence, 3rd pair back. Took no risks at all, angled out to the into the clear at the top of the straight, and he quickly rounded up the leaders and put paid to them. Cold Beers made a bit of a run. It was an improved performance from Lucky Spinner. He can probably find a 0 to 58 somewhere and run really well, as opposed to a benchmark 58. Eaton, I thought, was really good from the back. It hasn't been an easy day to make ground. I think Jenkins was just a lot better than those horses. So 2,000 metres benchmark 58 level, Eaton might be a coming winner, but we know Jenkins at his best is better than that grade, and it worked out to be that that's the case today. And he was heavily supported, Adam. I don't know how many people actually got this price, but the opening price for Jenkins, I actually saw $7 was bet on Wednesday. I hadn't done the form for this meeting, so I didn't get anywhere near that. But even yesterday, they were betting, $4 plus $5 about Jenkins, and he's just continued to firm up right throughout betting. And yes, there were deductions, 25-cent deductions, but if you've taken better than $4, better than $3, you've still clearly beat the market today with that horse starting at $1.90, $2.
Couple of races in a row where it's gone the way of the punters. Let's see what happens in the next as we get to a break.